and welcome to Magic Plays. My name is Damien and this is APBedrock. Today we are setting up for our witch statue, and with any luck we're going to build it. Give me just a minute. We're going to go ahead and sleep real quick and pass through this day. It's not nighttime, yada yada yada. Someone will sleep. So basically what we're going to do is we're going to use this fancy little concrete machine that I have built, and I will leave a link to where I got this design in the description below. But essentially what it does is it allows me to put a whole lot of concrete powder into the machine, turn it into concrete, and mine it without the trouble of, having to do it one block at a time over there in the lake. Okay, no one is sleeping, so we're going to go ahead and make that happen real quick, because though I have the gear, I'm not really equipped to handle fighting mobs at the moment. So we're going to start the video off with a bit of a time lapse, and then we're going to get to work on building this statue. So here we are 2 days later. I'm editing this entire video and realizing I have like 2.5, 3 hours of material, and I've got to compact it down to about 30 minutes for YouTube's API. Holy crap. No idea what to do about this. Already in this video, and you're going to notice as you watch, there are a lot of mistakes that I made when it comes down to some math that I failed to accomplish properly. Mobs that just keep spawning. Oh my god, my luck with creepers during this build was absolutely terrible. They just kept showing up. I had no idea what was going on. But typically these time lapses would be reserved for things like fireside chats. I would answer questions that you posted in the comments, explain a little bit about my process and what's going on. So as we proceed through the video and there are more clips, or there are more of these time lapse clips, I'm going to explain a little bit more of my process and what I was thinking when I did different aspects of this build, because there's a lot that is sped up in order to keep the video within that nice little time limit. Alright, and through the use of some movie magic, I have gotten just about all of the concrete done. This is just the last couple of stacks, and then we're gonna skip a little bit of process of setting up, and we're gonna get that statue built. And this will be the witch statue marking the location of my home on the server. It's going to be really cool. It's a very large undertaking that I honestly have spent far more time preparing for than really intended. But I figured I would give a little real time of how this little machine works and what it's actually meant to do. So essentially we use this glass block to drop the concrete powder, which is affected by gravity. Piston pushes an iron block across. This piston pushes a fence in and releases the water. The fence just helps to lock the concrete powder in so that it's in one spot. And then through the use of soul sand, which pushes blocks up in the water, the concrete gets pushed up and stuck to the block on top when it's turned into concrete. So it's a fairly simple mechanism. It takes maybe 10-15 minutes tops to prepare and build. It does break on occasion. Concrete powder will be pushed into the block next to it. I try to fix off camera by throwing a button in there, which can be essentially a transparent waterlogged block. But it just doesn't work the way I hoped it would. The concrete doesn't get made then, so we're just going to stick with it this way. As far as videos like this, I'm going to be putting out a Minecraft video once a week. Those will be coming out on Tuesdays with my Minecraft stream being on Thursdays on Twitch. On Thursdays, I will be putting out a 7 Days to Die video for a single player run of the latest Alpha 19 update. So keep an eye out for those on YouTube here on my channel. And every video for 7 days is going to take the place of a single day of gameplay. It's going to be cut down to a 30-minute video. So if you enjoy the video, if you enjoy playing, go ahead and hit the like button down below, hit the subscribe button so you can be notified, or that little bell, of whenever I put my videos out, and enjoy. Looks like we had a bit of concrete pop out. That happens on occasion. Again, it's not a perfect machine, but it's a whole lot quicker than placing blocks one by one and mining them right there on the spot. Now, my streams are at Eastern Standard Time, but I stream every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 12 a.m. On occasion, I may skip a stream during the week, in which case that stream will be moved over to Friday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to 12 a.m. Keep an eye out for 24-hour streams and giveaway events as they happen. And with that, we have all of the concrete required to build the witch statue. And as you can see here, it is quite a lot. There's actually also a little bit of glass that's going to go into the making, as the witch statue will be carrying its own potion bottle. So I will be right back as I fill up my shulker box here with some concrete and my inventory with the rest, and get ready for the build. Alright, so we are ready to begin the undertaking that is the witch statue. I have a shulker box full of materials. I have an inventory nearly full of materials, so we're going to go ahead and get started laying out the feet, which are going to be approximately 2 blocks high by 4 blocks by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. This witch is going to be facing away from my little hut over here. Fortunately, I brought with me a pickaxe so that I could handle any inconsistencies as they arise. These statues are all going to be solid as they are built. So, we're going to go ahead and build this, have a little chat while we build it. This is my first video I am recording specifically for YouTube. It's done and will be done in several cuts, so bear with me as I figure out my own process. Alright, so there's the feet. We're going to need to grab our brown concrete so we can get the legs done, which are going to be a 3 high by 4 by 8. So here's our brown. Go ahead and break that shulker box, and we're going to hope that this does not fall on us, the shulker box, because the higher we get, the more dangerous this is going to be. Fortunately, I have a nice puddle of water right in front of the statue and a lake right nearby, so hopefully, should something go wrong at the higher end of the statue, we'll be safe. We'll see what happens. So I plan to do these statues on APBedrock as a tribute to all of the mobs in Minecraft. And you'll notice in some of the videos and the streams I do on the server that we have some mobs that don't traditionally exist in Minecraft. Hairy cows for one. You'll see some pigs that are covered in mud. Some chickens that are a little bit different than your traditional. Some of them may even lay golden eggs. Alright, there's the legs. Legs are done. Now we have the torso, which is going to be 7 high or 7 by 8 by 18, so it's going to be 8 wide, 7 across this way, and 18 high. The torso is the largest part. This is a part where we're going to disconnect from the server real quick. I'm going to bounce into my creative world, which happens to be a seed of the server. And I'm going to double check whether the front of the witch has the wider end or the back of the witch. And then we're going to proceed back on the server and move as we are. So this is the witch that I'm going to be building. You can follow along with the build as I do it on the server. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. The 2 is in the back. Fantastic. And from there, we're going to bounce right on back over to the server. There's going to be a little bit of bouncing back and forth, especially when I get up to the arms. That's going to be the portion where I'm going to need the most checking of what needs to be done. Is the arms, and the potion bottle is going to be exceptionally curious. But for now, I'm going to load up my hotbar with this purple concrete. 2, 3, 4. And we're going to come out 1 on this side and 2 on the back side. Now these models that I'm building, they are self-created. So I did spend the time to research the specific locations for all of the blocks. What even am I hearing right now? Something died. I took the time to research the placement for every block in these statues. So they are accurate to their Minecraft mobs relatives. So in this particular case, it will be a witch to scale from the witch mob in Minecraft. Now, if I remember correctly, we have a 2 wide stripe of green. Is it a 2 wide stripe or is it a 3 wide stripe? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. Where did I go wrong here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh dear. I have not made this long enough. That's okay. So this is where I messed it up. Oh well. This is where I double check my math. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. This is not a problem. This is an entirely fixable circumstance and explains why I conveniently have more materials than I intended to at this specific juncture. And it's good that we found the error early. I am going to be working through the nights here, provided someone doesn't sleep to skip it. We do have a bit of code on the server where if someone sleeps, the night is skipped for everybody, fortunately. So we don't have to worry so much. I'm going to go ahead and grab my 48 green concrete and start working on that central stripe. So at this point in the build, we're working on the torso. And there's this 2 wide green stripe, which I've already realized that I have misaligned the entire build. It was supposed to be 8 blocks wide. Somehow I managed to only make it 7 blocks wide. So I've already had to rebuild part of this. Fortunately, the torso is a pretty simple process. It's just a big old box that we tower up the purple and the green until we get to the top, and then we have to do the arms. I realized a little too late that there are portions of the arms that I could have started while I was doing the torso. And then there are mistakes later on that I could have corrected by starting it this way. And then, there wouldn't have been quite so many errors in the construction of this project. I know at the start of the video I promise a finished project, and that's certainly not what we deliver by the end of the video. It's mostly finished. Like, don't get me wrong, but there are things that still ended up getting finished off camera. However, I had a lot of fun with this build, and as we progress through the video, I learned a lot about YouTube recording, about setting things up. I mean, even now, as I am editing this video, I'm learning so much about how to properly edit a video for YouTube, and I'm probably still doing it all wrong. There's probably a lot that I could be doing better. So, as we proceed with this YouTube channel, I hope to learn a lot, and I hope that I find a lot in the comment section that you have for me. Alright, and we have a torso. Looks like Genko is on the server now. We're going to go ahead and pop off. We're going to take a look at where the arms are located at the lower end of the torso, because we're going to have to cut our way down. It's not 100% what I was, or how I was hoping the build would go, but I don't really have Elytra and rockets to play around with, and I'm not that great with them anyways. So, at the upper half of the torso, we have our arms. Now, these go a 2 up, 1 in step formation, and 1 down, 2 over to create our 90-degree angles for the arms. The arms start 1 block below the torso at the highest, and that's 1, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need to go 11 down and 1 in from the frontmost, and I believe it is 4 out on either side. So this is where we're going to be making quite a bit of reference, because once we get to the front, we're also going to be putting this potion bottle in front of the witch. So let's go ahead and bounce back to the server. We're going to carve our way down, and we're going to start on these arms. Alright, so this is the front. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I believe it is 1, 2, 3, 4. Want to say it goes kind of like this. That'll be up 2, and the next one will, I believe, go out. Yeah, I want to say the next one is going to be a little bit different. I have to double check again. I apologize, I'm going to be bouncing back and forth a little bit. Alright, all's well that ends well. So, this needs to come out a couple more spaces here, so we'll do just like this. phenomenal. And then I believe this one is going to come out an additional space like so. And this is going to be the one that goes all the way across and starts to house the potion bottle. So here we're throwing together the first of the arms, and we've already cut a whole lot of content to get here out of the video. It's mostly bouncing back and forth from creative to understand some parts of the build. So I do apologize for the cuts, but they have to happen. And then the final block right there, and this side is done and dusted. So from here, we're going to come 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which makes that number 11. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now this is going to be much the same, very much mirrored. Just everything going in the opposite direction. So we're working on the second arm, and we get to a point where I realize the first of some very large mistakes with this build. I somehow didn't prep enough concrete. I wish I'd have recorded actually, or not even recorded, just gone and grabbed some more concrete, but somehow it didn't come to mind, and so I didn't. I am in line with the green. This should be 1 and 2 below the hand, I believe. So let's go ahead and grab that clear glass out of the shulker box. And that white glass. We've got the pink glass already. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to come out like this and this. Fantastic. So here we are working on the potion bottle. I've cut a large portion where I was in a creative world just taking notes on what the potion bottle looked like in a notebook, because you really didn't need to hear me, repeating off numbers 4, 6, 6, blah, 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 blah. Fantastic. We have a potion bottle that our witch is drinking out of. Next is going to be the head. Now, the head is a 9 by 8 by 7 piece of build, with the nose being 2 by 2 by 5. So we're going to go ahead and grab our brown here. And 4 of the nose is actually stained glass. So there's 2 by 2 by 2, 3, 4, and 5. Alright, we've got a nose done. Next is going to be the remainder of the head, which is all done in gray concrete. So I'm going to go ahead and put some things away and start grabbing at all of my gray. The head is possibly the largest piece on here, as it is once again 9 by 8 by 7. I believe it's 9 high by 8 wide by 7, which would put it in line perfectly with the torso. So here we are at time-lapse number 6, and possibly the longest time-lapse of the video at about 3.5 minutes. I'm working on the head. I realize I have completely messed up the size of the head somewhere in here. Placement of eyes and eyebrows got messed up. a couple of times. I realized I screwed up the nose. So much went wrong in the putting together of the head of this build. Not only that, I make the claim that the head is possibly the largest part of the build, completely ignoring the fact that the torso is something like 1,400 blocks or some nonsense like that in its total size. This is one of the heaviest builds I've ever done as far as block weight, how many blocks went into it. You'll notice on my video there is the Church of Notre Dame that I did on an Xbox survival world and then used creative to tour the whole church. That was a much larger build by comparison with its own series of mistakes, but it was just kind of something that I threw together to throw up on the channel and call it a day. This, on the other hand, was something that I catered specifically towards really kickstarting my YouTube channel. That Xbox survival build was several years ago. So at this point, we're getting the head. We're putting it together. We realize that, oh no, the 9 is not the height. That is the front to back. The height is something like 7. Got to move the eyes. Got to fix the nose. Got to move the eyebrow. Got to move the eyes and the eyebrow again. Finally get the head done. And then all there will be left is the hat, which was, fortunately, I think the most mistake-free part of the build. So that is at least something to be proud of here. The whole build itself I'm proud of, and if you check out my stream on Twitch, you'll notice all of the things that I've done to finish off this build, as well as the concrete shop that I ended up building that I modeled after the texture of concrete powder. It's a pretty cool thing, but you can catch me out on twitch.tv/magic_plays. This YouTube channel is the newer of the projects for my brand. So you can find announcements for new videos coming out, streams being released. They can all be found on my Twitter at MAJIK6x6x6 and on my Facebook at Magic Plays. We have a lot of fun. We really do. When I'm on Twitch, I like to have fun talking with the stream, with my chatters. When I'm here on YouTube, I want to be able to interact with the comment section. So stay tuned. There's always going to be more videos coming out, about 2 a week. Alright. And now the hat is the final pièce de résistance, so to speak. So it starts out as 11 by 10 by 2. So this is 9 by 8. 11 by 10 is going to be 1 out on either side, like so. So finally, the last piece of this build, the hat. Now you're going to see me bounce in and out of creative during this time lapse, and it's mostly so I can make sure I've got the tilt of the hat right. I know where the green goes on the stripe. I really want this build to be as perfect as I can make it. I'm not very good at texturing, so that's a thing that I'm still kind of learning. And you'll notice if you hop on my stream that even the concrete shop, the texture is cool. But it really doesn't ultimately look like concrete powder. There are people way better at the texturing than I am, but I'm going to get there. I promise you, I'm getting better every day with a lot of these things. If you enjoy this video or you enjoy this kind of content, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and ring that bell so you can get notifications every time I slap a video up. Hop onto my Twitter. You know, I've already said some of this, but it really is. It's a fun time recording videos and recording streams, and I love this. I really do. I love playing games. I'm really into survival games. The other YouTube series I'm going to be running during during this whole YouTube foray is going to be 7 Days to Die. My second series is actually going to swap from time to time. So we're starting with 7 Days to Die, where one day is going to be a single 30-minute recording. So I'm going to be compressing roughly 90-minute days into 30-minute recordings. Should be a lot of fun. Beyond that, enjoy the rest of the video. Really. And then the final two steps is going to be a single smaller on center, like so. Make sure that everything is facing the right direction. And then 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and 3. And we're going to take a little bit of damage coming down. That's fine. We're going to go ahead and cut our way down here and take a look at what we've accomplished. This witch is probably my favorite of builds that I have accomplished in Minecraft. No, 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 no. That was a little terrifying. I'm not gonna lie. I can handle the death. But the hours of work that have been placed into that specific build, that is not something that I can afford to lose. Seriously, where did all these creepers come from? Okay. We're good. Let's go ahead and finish chiseling down this concrete, and then we'll call it a video. Well, concrete, cobblestone. And then we'll be done. So as of now, though we couldn't finish the arm, we still have the eyes to place in. The witch is just about done. I will, off camera, handle the remaining portions of this build. Unfortunately, I miscalculated how much purple I needed. I don't really know how I did that. I'm generally pretty good at math. But until next time, this is Magic Plays. My name is Damien, and keep an eye out for more videos on the YouTube channel. Bye.